You're talking about that thin filter area. I had to do something on top of it. No, liberating from
Alright, just stop please.
Oh, wait.
friendly name.
Alright, today, April 16th, it is Visual Day. So we're gonna watch a 4-minute clip with Bilal Husseini. Bilal Husseini, who is he?
Author of
He is the author of Pride Brothers. So we're gonna watch an interview with him on BBC. Alright. We'll start right now.
Khalid Hosseini, one of the conditions that the Americans have put for talks with the Taliban is that they respect the rights of women in Afghanistan. Do you think that's something the Taliban is prepared to do?
Well, I think they have to be, depending on how it's argued. I think if I were sitting at the table with the Taliban, I would make sure to explain that the rights of women, the autonomy of women, is no longer negotiable, that this cannot be used as a bargaining chip toward anything. Not just for moral reasons, but because Afghanistan is doomed if women are once again barred from public life.
Do they understand that though?
Well, I think they have to. I think they have to understand that in the last 12 years, since they've been away, the country has moved, and certain new lines have been established, and that there is a sort of a critical mass of young people in Afghanistan who care about these things, and this is the future of their country. So I truly hope that the people negotiating with the insurgents make that clear.
You've written a lot about the problems in your country, but you've also written about the progress that you've seen while you've been traveling there. What strikes you most about that?
Well, I think there's been tremendous improvements in Afghanistan in some sense, in the sector of education. Illiteracy in Afghanistan was a massive problem. It's going to be, literacy rates are going to reach 60% by 2025, close to 90% by 2040. Millions of children who are in school now who are getting educated. That bodes very well for the future of Afghanistan. Tremendous progress in the field of healthcare, maternal mortality, which has been dramatically dropped, under the age of 5 mortality, infant mortality. Those things have improved. So there's some foundation upon which to build. But again, we're going to enter at some point into some form of negotiation with the insurgents. And again, these things have to be built upon. They could be easily lost.
Okay, it is World Refugee Day,
Yes.
and you are here as a UN envoy. You write about it. It's very personal to you. It's there in your new book, And the Mountains Echoed. What was it like for your family moving from Afghanistan to America as refugees?
I consider my family one of the luckiest among refugee population. I wish all refugee families had the luck that we did. World Refugee Day for me is a very personal matter, because I do give thanks for the chance that I was given asylum to come to the United States and build a life for myself. But millions of refugees around the world don't have the same blessing as I did. 45 million people now are displaced. That's 3 million people more than the year before. Every 4 seconds in 2012, somebody became newly displaced. It's a massive crisis, especially now with the Syrian crisis that is showing no sign of slowing
And
down.
we see refugees moving back to Afghanistan. 6 million have moved back over the last decade. But you talk about the rate there. Why is the rate rising so fast of people being displaced?
Well, it's violence. It's in Afghanistan, people are displaced internally because of threat of violence, because of the insurgency. Also, there's a lot of economic migrants in Afghanistan, lack of resources. People are flocking to urban centers like Kabul, and internal
And it's
displacement.
the same pattern around the world.
Same pattern around the world. You know, you have rising food prices. You have, you know, a lot of things play into it. You know, climate change. All these things are contributing to sort of this kind of unprecedented displacement crisis that we're witnessing. So for me, World Refugee Day is a chance to just acknowledge and to pay tribute to millions of people who have been uprooted through no fault of their own. Nobody chose to be in this position. Nobody chose to be a refugee. And I hope that we can all stand in solidarity around the world and operate from a place that even one family that's torn apart by war is too many, and that we should all share the responsibility of protecting the rights of refugees and assisting those nations, those host nations that have huge problems of their own, who are at the front line of the crisis.
Khaled Hosseini, UNN.
All right. So you guys can write your journals on what he talked about there. You can talk about issues in Afghanistan that you know of. So you can relate anything back to Ukraine right now. Yes. A refugee is. Don't laugh. So, thank you.
Can I just steal some paper towels?
Refugee is someone who displaced in their home. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I just have like a lot,
That are
please.
no longer able to be home in Afghanistan and no longer there. Are there any other questions? All right, you guys, 6 minutes. Please stay focused, respond. All right, 6 minutes, 100 words. We're ready to go. Please make sure you're ready.
Oh, I just
You guys. Just under 3 minutes left. Okay, finish your sentence and then share for a minute what you wrote with a partner.
What I wrote down we talked about I just wrote that, like, as an outsider, it's really hard to know what's really happening in Afghanistan. Like, he knows, because he's not on that, but for us, it's really hard to really real possibilities. Yeah, I thought that, yeah, honestly, you're like so out of what's happening. I mean, if you think about it,
Alright, so you go and put your journals away and take out your books if you do not have them out already. I know. You guys listen please. Journals away, books out. Journals away, books out. All right, last night we read chapter 16. Chapter 16 was from Rahim Khan's perspective. So the chapter, instead of being written from Amir's side, it was written from Rahim's side. So take a minute, get with a partner or a group of 3, and explain the significance of that chapter being written from Rahim Khan's perspective and not Amir's. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes, then we will discuss.
I mean, I guess they wouldn't have gotten like that kind of thing. I would confuse it with like, or like I think it was like
If you guys want to jot down notes,
Oh, I'd rather not. Scout only gets them found.
Okay. One person from every group is going to share what they came up with. What you came up with. Slowly. Okay, we're gonna start over here. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna start in this corner. We're gonna work our way around. So just give.
that corner.
Okay. Yep.
So we thought that it was significant because it showed what Rahim Khan was thinking and feeling about everything that had happened. Because from then on, from that point, like until then in the book, you'd only seen exactly how Amir was feeling. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you. You guys, please make sure you're listening.
No.
If you have more to add, yeah.
We felt significant because it kind of filled in, like the reader and Amir, like what happened to Raheem Khan and Hassan and his family, when Amir was like left and went to America.
Yeah, so he plays a vital role in filling in all the information that we would have never found out about. So this is a big informative chapter. Okay, you guys go ahead.
It's sort of like recapping for Amir what happened from sort of like another source of information for
Yeah, from a different angle. Good. Okay, you guys.
It's like Raheem Khan's like telling Amir of like what happened while he was gone, what happened to Hassan and his family. Like retelling. Because since he wasn't there. And yeah, just like maybe foreshadowing what might happen in the future.
Do you think it would have been as big of an impact on the reader had Amir told it from his point of view?
Yes. No. Yes. No. I don't think so.
No. Okay, good. Thank you. You guys.
I said because like it shows someone else's opinion besides Amir and it answers like a lot of the readers like questions that they have.
Good. Jasmine, Talia.
That showed like
Hold on. You guys. Thank you.
because he was the one there like experienced it, so it was good to hear from his perspective.
He was the one that what?
He was like experienced it himself.
Yeah. He experienced it. Good.
I think the reader could like know how Hassan was doing, and I think it kind of filled in like the situation in their country, yeah, and what was going on.
Yeah. A lot has changed in the country since he came back to the U.S. and now that he is back in Afghanistan, a lot has changed. It's very different. So he's learning about that. Go.
Okay. So far a lot of the events have been occurring in America, and this little chapter puts a little bit about Afghanistan in it from the people who are actually there, and it was just nice.
Yes, thank you. Good. Go ahead.
I think it was significant that Raheem Khan told it from like his point of view because he actually it was like happened to him and he knows what happens. And Amir's been gone from Afghanistan so long and he doesn't really know what it's like now. So I feel like if he would have told it, he wouldn't have really known.
Good. Were you done?
Okay, so okay. I think it was better. I mean, like it was significant that it was from Raheem's perspective because, like, if you hear like the story from all the perspectives, like some things can be kind of rough, and like you might disagree with some things, but then it makes more sense from like Raheem's perspective, and you got to know like what was going on in Afghanistan at the time.
Yeah. Good. Thank you. Last group. You with them? All right. Thank you guys. Good job. All right. I am going to show you guys a slideshow. Please stop all your side conversations. I'm going to show you guys a slideshow of what Afghanistan looks like now. There are a few images that, while they're not war images where someone's dying, but there are some tougher to watch. So if you need to look away or don't want to watch, I'm okay with that. For future reference, and if you want to use any of these images for your project that's due on Friday, you can find the slideshow at that link. So feel free to write that down. The rough draft.
someone's taking a picture for you, though.
Oh, really? Dimensional.
Cause you usually want like someone from the chip.
Yeah.
Alright. Kira. Kira. Kira.
Yeah.
Sit down. Kira. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna go through, there are, I believe, 11 images. So this one shows an Afghan soldier and a police officer peek through a window as they waited with others on Tuesday to get their registration cards outside the school of Kabul, Afghanistan, on the last day of voter registration for the presidential election, which is scheduled for Saturday, which this was a couple of weeks ago, so the election happened. Next photo. Daria, can you read this? The bottom?
I can read it. I can read it. I can read it. A United
Hold
States
on, let her read this
Marine
one.
at
Read
Camp
the next one.
Korean Village.
A United States Marine at Camp Korean Village near Raqqa wept during a memorial service in February 2005 for 31 American service members who had died in a helicopter crash in western Iraq.
Thank you. Alright, Flo, go ahead and read this one.
A Libyan rebel prayed near his gun on the front line on the outskirts of a city south of Baghdad. No, Benghazi.
Benghazi and Houston, Libya.
Benghazi. Yeah.
Thank you.
On March something.
Dominic, you want to read the next one?
Yeah. An Afghan boy watched as German soldiers serving with the American-led military coalition prepared to camp overnight during a patrol in Faizabad, a mountainous region east of Kunduz in September 2000.
Yeah. So Libyan rebels retreated as mortar rounds from Colonel Mohammed al-Qaddafi's forces were fired at them on the outskirts of Ajabaya in March of 2011. Yeah.
A Canadian soldier chased a chicken seconds before his unit were attacked with grenades shot over a wall during a patrol in Salavat, southwest of Kandahar, Afghanistan in September 2010.
Thank you. So an Afghan carpet bomb in Kabul showed a framed carpet depicting the Afghan president Hamid Karzai in last March. Elton, last one.
An Afghan man on his donkey for a convoy of German soldiers capturing for Faizabad in September 2000.
Thank you. Scout, can you see it? Want to read it?
Well, I can kind of, Dominic will.
Sorry.
It's okay. As Afghan National Police officer at a checkpoint on the outskirts of Madam in Ward. I can't read that part. In May 2013.
Thank you. And hundreds of U.S. Marines gathered at Camp Commando in the Kaiwati Desert during a Christmas Eve event in 2002. And it's the last one. Kira, you want to read it?
Sure.
Navigil was like on a hill overlooking Kabul in May 2013.
Thank you. So when we did our Taliban exercise and we were reading the rules, does anybody remember the rule about kite flying? Not allowed. And this little boy, about a year ago, was flying his kite. Taliban enforced the rule. Same reason that you can't listen to music and women have to wear burqas. Rules that they. Hi, Joe. You're kind of like my mom. Thank you.
Parka? Isn't Parka like... What? Parka's just style.
Alright, you guys, keep it up a piece of paper, please.
An R and a K.
Only like actually, well, okay, cut it off. Like maybe right now. Cut off. Your scar. That's why I said I cut off. After? Because we're saying this table for that table. Probably right.
Right after that, you questioned it, but the first but then the first question, I don't have any
Alright, Steve's coming up. I'd like everyone to write a paragraph, at least 5 sentences. About what we just looked at the slideshow. You can talk about what Afghanistan looks like now. You can talk about what you think of the war and the soldiers and what they're going through. Very short. I just want you to reflect on these images and really kind of what you were thinking of as you were looking at them. Yes.
So you just want it on the pictures or
You can do the pictures and the descriptions. Yes, and then
just like throw it out and watch it.
you can throw it in your thoughts in a structured paragraph. 5 sentences, guys, nothing too crazy. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can I what?
No, it's good.
The slideshow. So the images. Yeah. You can title it Images of Afghanistan.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, she just wrote it.
Alright, I'm gonna give you 4 minutes.
You write about whatever you think. What? least.
You have a minute remaining. If you've written 5 sentences, feel free to keep writing. The last minute. Alright, go ahead and finish the last sentence if you're still writing. Anybody want to share what they wrote?
Did I get extra points?
I'll give you a high five.
I'm fine.
What? Anybody else share? Okay, I'm gonna come around and collect them. Make sure your name is on them. Oh, you want to share? What do you got? If they're good brownie points?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Today's the 16th of April, and it's the year 2014.
You don't even have trust. Wait, what you asked? If you guys had early release. Oh, I heard, did you guys really lose? And I was like, lose what? No, we don't like, do you need something? No, it was like, well, I mean, there's like a varsity, like, don't you have to like vault or something? Or high jump? Yeah, it could have been really like warm. I couldn't even vault, so I would fall short. Car was not like a time to
There's no.
But in Coleman is a long way.
We should do Tarzan.
So with like jumps. I think you know it's like how teach.
You go see
No, I
So you turn off your lights.
okay, the cello would help.
Yeah. Alright, clap once. Clap twice.
You are too. You are too.
Alright. So, a couple reminders. Your typed essay for the Kite Runner project, the rough draft is due tomorrow, not your final draft. We are going to review them. Peers, your neighbors are going to read them over, make sure all your prompts are answered, make sure you have 2 sources. So, please make sure it's typed so that they can read it.
should I have my poem typed?
If you're writing a poem, please also have the poem typed.
So we don't need like
Yeah.
So since I'm doing the timeline, my essay is just gonna be about my timeline.
Correct.
Okay.
About 2 parts of your timeline. 2 events from your timeline. Any other
Oh, yeah,
questions? Make sure, listen up please. Make sure that whatever your task is that you chose, you read the entire thing. So if it was number 2 on your page, read the whole entire thing and make sure that all of the questions are answered from the prompts in your essay. Okay? Bring your packets tomorrow too, so the person that's reading it knows what you're doing. And then tonight, read chapter 17. You can get started. We have about 8 minutes left in class. So if you guys take out your books now, read individually chapter 17. You may finish or get very close to finishing before the bell is done, or before the bell rings. Alright? Yes, Mr. Reynolds. Oh yeah. Yes. You do have to dress up.
Oh, we have to dress up?
Wait.
Dress professionally.
Magic Mike. This is Magic Mike.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm like, it's an excuse to refuse, yes, no, and my final chapter is no. You got me like those, like,
See, I find
you're like, you have like this.
I have Ledesma.
You have 7 dialogues.
I know, yeah.
I have friends that are kind of like that.
Wait, Josh, are you dressing up in your suit?
I'm not gonna wear it. You guys are like, we're gonna just stand in the back.
I couldn't. I rode my bike in the rain.
One of them is kind of I have a lot of dresses that like the struggle is like I have this.
You get driven
Okay, still, I have a comment you guys do. No, not comment, but stand.
Hold on.
Maria, I am the here and I move it. I'm not copying up anyway. Copy it's thin. It's thin. There's nothing. I told you. I had the A substance. Okay. Oh, how did it go? It went well. I knew my part and I was like on top of it. These ones definitely got better. Monday it was like
You guys, listen up please. We now have 5 minutes left. Please, everyone take out your books. Read chapter 17 individually for the next 5 minutes. We then have study session. So please be reading for the next 5 minutes, then you can take out your work and work on whatever else you need to do. Chapter 17 is on page 214. There are 9.5 pages in this chapter.
if I already read it and I forgot my book today, but I already read chapter 17.
If you already read it, you can start doing an outline for your paper.
Okay.
Take it out in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
If you guys listen up, please. If you have already read chapter 17, you can take out a piece of paper and start creating an outline for your paper, or start writing your introduction to your paper. Or if you have like
Why would you?
I have.
So,
Monday.
Oh.
It's gonna sell out.
No, they just got the US.
And there's something called Congress where you said they're gonna do something. So yeah, you gotta work with that.
You know what, Josh? You actually really want to know. Like, let me get that to you tomorrow.
I know, they're a little, yeah, so if you do 11 by 13, it's going to be a little bit more.
No, one of them like goes into a post I said I had like an interview. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know how they gave us that like last year for like or maybe it was this year for the college thing and they had like red meat in the movie or something? Or like mine's totally evaporated. It's just the
You're either YouTuber
I asked Emily, and she said, project thing. And I was like, shit, yeah. She's like, oh no, it's still. Can I use the bathroom?
Why would you really walk every single day and have to go?
When Dylan takes me out,
Are you talking about blowing something off or blowing something?
Blowing someone off? You put water on it and slap it. I was just saying, but I thought it was just like 1 second there.
I think might as well ask it. Shotgun back to school too. That's just as bad. Hey, you know what's really good? Shotgun bullets to the head. That's what they call it. Shotgun to the head.
Because shotgun.
Depending on what ammunition you use, the shocking from that one. It's actually illegal in most languages to use anything.
Alright, you guys, we have about 10 seconds left of class. So if you have a study session class, let's do Mr. Reynolds.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's been told by 12. I was gonna be 11 by 6.
Yes. That's a form of target practice. That's not a gun range. That is a part of gun range. There's special section. I'm talking about like you're in my ear.